I'm Dr. Steve Grinstead, author of the book Freedom from Suffering, A Journey of Hope, and also the developer of the addiction-free pain management system. In addition, I'm the clinical director for the Gorski Synapse Corporation. We deal with mental health and addiction issues. That's the capacity that I met my guest, Mr. Rob Moore, in as a training where he spent over 80 hours receiving cognitive behavioral training in denial management and relapse prevention. I want you to introduce yourself to our guests, Rob, so they know who you are and what you do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name's Rob Moore. Spent the last couple years working with people in the criminal justice system who suffer from addiction issues.
Okay, and what was you think would be the biggest challenge you have with this population?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is the stigma attached to criminal behavior, criminal lifestyle.
Right.
It's not just, a lot of people think about it as just as a behavioral choice, and yes, it is a behavioral choice, but it's also an addiction in itself.
So some people actually get hooked on the criminal behaviors.
Exactly. It's process addiction. If you look at DSM criteria, you'll think about stuff like tolerance, dependence, that falls right in the criminal lifestyle. Same thing with the continued use, continued actions despite problems.
Yeah, there is a lot of similarities, isn't there?
Oh yes, there is.
Right. What do you think when people first get out? What's the most important way that you can help them?
The most important way that I try to help people is the fact that a lot of times, especially people that have been in the criminal justice system, there's a thing about us against them mentality. Yeah. And putting that aside, because at the same time, in this aspect, it has to be a collaborative effort. It has to be. You can give somebody all the tools, all the directions they want in the world, but if they're not ready to accept it, it's like leading a horse to water. You can't make it drink.
Yeah. But one thing I've learned about you, Rob, you know how to make that horse thirsty. And that's what you're good at. So tell the people, you know, what is one good way to create some rapport with somebody?
One way to establish rapport is establishing common ground. And it's easy to say establishing common ground. What that means is, what do you have in common? Myself personally, I want to have a good life. I want my family to be happy and healthy. I want to be able to support my family. I want to be able to spend time with my family. Of course, if I'm in the criminal lifestyle, I'm not going to be able to spend that time with my family.
So you help them see they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Shooting yourselves in the foot. Everybody wants a good life.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of our core needs to have a happy life. Sometimes a criminal lifestyle, we use certain methods to get our needs met to be happy, because this is what we've learned over time, or this is what comes easiest for us. And then there's also the fact that we may be addicted to a lot of things associated with that lifestyle. The money, the associated drug abuse, the adrenaline rush you get from it.
Yeah. So what do you think is the similarities about relapse for criminal behavior and addiction? What do you see as some of the commonalities?
Some of the commonalities, you're looking at things like going back to old ways, because it's easy. Yeah. Once you've done something and you've established a pattern of behavior, doing it over and over again, when you feel stress, even though how hard you fought to change, periods of stress, you go back to what you used to, what you're comfortable with. Same with the criminal lifestyle, same with drug addiction. Another aspect is the fact that when you go through recovery, there are things in our past that we've done, you know, that we may not be too happy with, that toxic guilt
and
that
shame.
We're dealing with. And shame,
yeah.
Exactly, you know. And those things drive us, they create different stresses. When that happens, we go back to what we're comfortable with, our comfort zone. Most of the time, that comfort zone is the things that got us in trouble in the first place.
You know, one of the similarities I see in addiction relapse and criminal offender relapse is about they start hanging out with old people, places, and things. Do you agree? Do you see that also?
See that too. There's a big aspect, the fact that society in general attaches stigma to somebody that's been in the criminal justice system. So it makes it harder to adapt, to become productive, to become a happy member of society.
Right.
You know, because you're dealing with those challenges as well as the other ones.
Well, I really want to thank you for joining me. And for those of you out there that need someone like Rob, please respond to this, because he is able to help you. We're in the greater Sacramento area, but we're also available to do coaching and consulting over the internet or by phone. So please take this opportunity, because freedom from criminal offender addiction, chemical addiction is possible with the right help and support. And that's what Rob offers, is support for people, collaboration, working with people, not on people. And that's what I like about Rob's style. Thank you very much.